Stay with me. This story I'm about to tell you is one of the most confusing stories you'll hear. And yes, Afrobeats saved Chris Brown's career. I know it's a wild statement to say, but it's true. Now, let me explain. Well guys, we all remember this song, right? Well, if you don't, I think this one should ring a bell. Yep, those were the times, man. Yeah, 2007. I was 11 years at that time. I was not even up to 13. I'm not a teenager. Such a small boy. No, not you. Could you go back, please? Thank you. So, as I was saying, I was not up. This song was sung by every girl in my school at that time. In America, this guy was being compared to Michael Jackson. Yeah, a bit far-fetched then, but now I don't think so. And that was when Chris Brown's career really took off, you understand? Like he could dance, he could sing, his hair can't grow. Wow. I mean, you could imagine the males, or should I say aunties at that time, they were dying over here. Clean cut, gentlemen. Oh, and he was of age too. Oh my god. Who would have thought? He got the fame early. And you know what that means? That thing literally fucks with your mind. Like real bad. Yeah, I mean, look at the Disney stars. Yeah, I know. Sad. Well, I'm glad he's into boxing now. Talk about reverse engineering. So where were we? Yeah. Well, you could say everything was going on great for Chris Brown. Until it wasn't. So, here's how it began.
Chris also had 2 #1 songs.
Early 2009, Chris Brown began dating, you guessed it, Rihanna. Yeah. And you know Rihanna, right? Everybody knows her. Under my umbrella, Ella. They were set to perform at the Grammys together. And you know, around that time, the Grammys was mostly, you get me? So, it was a big deal. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Everything. Chris Brown, I hate to bring this up. I genuinely hate to bring this up. But I'm getting somewhere with my story. If you ever see this video, hey, I'm sorry, forgive me, but stay with me. I'm getting somewhere. You know what? Take. Yeah, open it. We good now? So what was that? Yeah, Rihanna. So earlier that day, Chris Brown was in handcuffs. Why, you ask me?
Early that morning, Chris had been arrested following a domestic altercation in a rented Lamborghini that left Rihanna's...
I always say I'd rather cry in a Lamborghini than to be happy on a bicycle. But have you ever thought of being beaten in a Lamborghini before? Well, I guess there's always a first time for Rihanna. I hate to bring this up, genuinely. And someone leaked the picture online. I guess we've all seen it. I don't want to remind you. It happened because of some disagreements and it turned ugly. Simple as that. Bro, when those pics came to limelight, it left a huge stain on Chris Brown's career. A huge stain. Like, how do I describe this? Have you ever put palm oil in this bowl before? No matter the washing, it can't go. From then, you could say the public lost some faith in him. People expected him to fall, but I guess he never did. He was on probation, spoke about the issue a few years later, and then released a lot of songs. Man, when this song came out, this nigga got me having an imaginary girlfriend. Please don't judge me. Oh, good time. But it came to a time, it seems like every year there were a lot of cases issued towards him. I mean, a lot. The court became like a regular doctor's appointment for Chris. And you know the media already. Domestic this, domestic that. Bro, it's domestic. Why am I hearing it in Africa? At some point, I felt like they just wanted to bring Chris Brown down. Man, but his undeniable talent kept on shining for him. And it was also around that time that Africans were trying to put their music out there and get more recognized and respected. Because, you know, we're kind of like treated like shit. And it was even like at some point he was just getting a lot of hate. Chris Brown was kind of like blackballed. Well, he said it himself. Even recently, look at what they did to him at the NBA All-Star game. Oh, come on, man. Don't do that. During that time, Afrobeats was on the rise. And then Chris Brown found new inspiration in Afrobeats. Yeah. So since we Africans saw that, we're like, Chris Brown. Man, we embraced him with open arms. And it was also around that time that he said this.
It's a dance in Africa, what we're doing, like, you know, but it's called the Azanto. A Nigerian artist by the name of Wizkid. So I don't want to act like I created the dance. It's in Nigeria, Wizkid, y'all can look it up. He's an incredible artist out there. So they taught me to dance, so I went to Nigeria.
Chris Brown, mess up. Wizkid Azanto. Wizkid doesn't even know how to dance. And you know, it became a frenzy between you know. Nevertheless, we were trying to claim Chris Brown. And you see, the thing about human nature is that it's not about the money that you have. No, that thing doesn't mean shit. It's about being appreciated. You get me? That's what it always boils down to. And like NBA, how can you know, let me just read what Chris Brown said the NBA did to him. I was asked by the NBA to play an all-star game for this year, only for them to call and later say they couldn't do it because of their sponsors like Raffles. At this point, I'm sick of people bothering me and I'm tired of living in the fucking past. The NBA is still trying to get me to come sit courtside. Not fucking happening. I only go where I'm appreciated. Come to Africa, my brother. And you can't pay the NBA. The NBA is rich and you'll be heard for a long while. You know, bringing up the past, something that he did years ago that they are putting against him. And Rihanna has been forgiven him already. And something that these two couples have been doing on a daily is the same thing you are chastising Chris for. Hey, me, I only brought this thing up for research purposes. You know, just that. And we Africans embrace Chris like our brother. I mean, we didn't care about the past. The past is the past. And oh, we made bangers together. You know, bangers that will blow your mind. Bro, it kept on going. Chris started collaborating with more Afrobeat artists. And Afrobeat is the next big thing, if not the biggest thing, whether I like it or not. So hopping on that wave, clever. But you know what all this proved? That Chris Brown is a legend. No two ways about this. Very, very, very versatile. And artists like him have also played a very, very, very crucial role in bringing Afrobeats to a wider audience. And it also gave him a wider African audience. Win-win. Afrobeats saving Chris Brown doesn't necessarily mean it gave him numbers. No. Even though it did. But it gave him a reason to continue pursuing music, to adapt. It gave him a new family. A family that says, F the Grammys. We are going to create our own award show and build it up. Afrobeats brought him belonging, considering what is happening to him in the US. And we Africans, no matter the fight we fight, you know, we are always one. You understand? Can't you see? Very beautiful, wonderful. Good hands. As Afrobeats continues to grow, the legendary status of Chris Brown is clear. And we Africans have only one thing to say. Welcome.
Georgia, by the way you looking feel so African. With that body making me feel nauseous. I'ma be cautious, I don't wanna get